Your thumb is already buried in his eye socket. It should have ended this 3 seconds ago. It hasn't, because you hesitated. You went shallow. And now his friend is flanking left with something metal. And you've got maybe 2 seconds to fix your first mistake or explain to the ER nurse why you let politeness get you killed. Parking garage. 2 attackers. You're not a fighter, but you read something once about forbidden techniques. Now you're testing theory with your thumb in someone's skull while his friend closes in with a pipe. Most self-defense advice is designed for gyms with mats and referees. This is concrete, fluorescent lights, and 2 men who don't care about your YouTube karate seminar. Here's the thing about forbidden techniques. They're forbidden because they work too well. They target anatomy that can't be conditioned, protected, or toughened. Eyes, throats, joints, nerves. These aren't moves. They're anatomical shutdowns. And you're about to learn 7 of them, not because you want to hurt people, but because when someone decides to hurt you, fairness is a luxury you can't afford. Let's start with what you should have done 3 seconds ago. Technique 1. The eye gouge. Finishing what you started. You hesitated. That's the problem. Shallow eye strikes don't stop attackers. They enrage them. Half-committed eye attacks leave you in closer range with an angrier opponent, and his adrenaline is masking the pain. You've got 1 second before he recovers. Here's how it works. Thumb hooked behind the orbital socket, not on the eyelid. Both thumbs, opposite eyes, like opening a jar. Drive toward the back of his skull, not downward. His body bends backward involuntarily. Release when he's down. Done right, this is instant incapacitation. Visual system shutdown. Overwhelming pain. Disorientation. The eyes are the only exposed part of the central nervous system. 0 pain tolerance. 0 conditioning possible. Congratulations. You just did something that would get you banned from every combat sport on Earth. Good. His friend is now 6 feet away. Time to address him. Technique 2. The throat strike. Your emergency shutdown button. Second attacker is charging. You're off balance. No time for complex techniques. He outweighs you by 50 pounds. If he tackles you to concrete, this fight is over. You have one opening as he closes distance. The trachea. It's located between the collarbones, just below the Adam's apple. Your weapon is a knife hand strike. All 4 fingers together, thumb tucked, hand rigid. Strike horizontally, not downward. Downward hits thick neck muscle. Horizontal hits the trachea dead on. Drive through like you're trying to touch his spine. If you miss, grab and squeeze the trachea with full grip strength. Successful strike means immediate respiratory distress. He drops, gasping, cannot continue. The trachea is cartilage, not bone. It collapses under direct force. Even partial collapse triggers panic response. Your brain screaming, "Can't breathe," louder than "keep fighting." Is this excessive force? Ask your lawyer after you survive. Behind you, the first attacker is trying to stand. You're not done yet. All right, let's rewind. What if you never got to the eyes? What if they grabbed you first? Technique 3. The groin destruction. Not a kick, a grip. Attacker has you pinned against a wall. Your arms are partially restricted. Groin kicks are expected. Every man on earth knows to protect that area. Kicking won't work, but grabbing will. Reach down with one or both hands. He won't expect this. It's too dirty for his mental model of fighting. Get a full grip on the testicles through the clothing. Fabric doesn't matter. Now twist 180 degrees like opening a jar and pull away from his body. Hard. Do not let go until he releases you. This creates pain so overwhelming the brain cannot process other inputs. His grip fails involuntarily. Testicles are external organs, with massive nerve density and no protective bone or muscle. The vagus nerve response can cause shock, vomiting, even unconsciousness. But what if the attacker is female? Or you can't reach that target? You need something universal. Technique 4. The knee destruction. Lateral break. You can't reach upper body targets. Opponent is larger, keeping you at distance. You need to eliminate their mobility. Drop them to your level, literally. Target the side of the knee. Your weapon is a stomp kick with your heel, or a full-force kick with your shin. Strike perpendicular to their knee, never straight on. The knee bends forward naturally, doesn't break that way. But sideways? Zero structural integrity. Drive through the joint line where the femur meets the tibia. The knee has zero lateral stability. Ligaments tear easily under sideways force. MCL, LCL, ACL. Ruptures are instant and permanent without surgery. Attacker drops immediately. Cannot stand, cannot chase. A 150-pound person can generate over 800 pounds of force with a proper stomp kick. That joint isn't surviving. This is what happens when engineering meets malice. They're down now, reaching for something. You need to finish this. Let's move on. Close quarters. No space to kick. They've grabbed your clothes. Now what? Technique 5. The ear clap. Ruptured eardrum special. Attacker has grabbed your shirt or jacket. You're in clinch range. Bodies pressed together. Punching is ineffective. No room to generate power. They're trying to headbutt you or drag you down. You need something that works at zero distance. Cup both hands slightly. Not flat palms. You're creating a concave shape. Strike both ears simultaneously with these cupped hands, aiming for the ear canal openings. The cupped shape compresses air. That compressed air transmits through the ear canal to the eardrum like a shock wave. Follow immediately with strikes to the throat or eyes. Ruptured eardrum equals instant vertigo, nausea, complete disorientation. Balance is controlled by your inner ear. Damage it and they can't stand, let alone fight. The eardrum is a thin membrane under constant pressure. Sudden pressure spike ruptures it like overinflating a balloon. They won't hear the ambulance coming. Neither will you if you actually use this. But what if you can't use your hands? What if both arms are pinned? Technique 6. The headbutt. Your skull versus their face. Both your arms are controlled or pinned. No strikes available. But the attacker's face is within range, 6 inches from yours. If you can't create damage right now, this fight goes to the ground where size dominates and you lose. Target their nose, orbital bones, or upper teeth. Never go forehead to forehead. Use the top of your forehead, the frontal bone. Drive upward and forward, like nodding violently. Power comes from your neck and torso, not just your head. Broken nose means eyes water involuntarily, vision impaired, blood floods, sinuses, breathing impaired. Your frontal bone is dense, built to handle impacts. Facial bones are thin, fragile, surrounding hollow cavities. Physics is not neutral here. If your mom asks about the scar later, tell her you fell. It's technically true. You've created distance. They're staggering back. Do you run or finish this? Technique 7. The finger break. Small joint manipulation. Attacker is grabbing you. Wrist, arm, clothing. You need a quick release that doesn't require strength because their grip is stronger than your pulling force. Identify their weakest finger. Usually the pinky or ring finger. Grab that single finger with your entire hand. Your whole fist wrapped around their one finger. Bend it backward toward the back of their hand with sudden force. Small joints break with 8 to 10 pounds of force. That's it. Alternative. Grab 2 fingers and spread them apart like scissors. Broken finger means immediate release. Pain overrides grip strength. They cannot grab with that hand anymore. Your entire hand's leverage against their one finger is 10-to-1 mechanical advantage. Small joint manipulation is banned in MMA because size and skill become irrelevant. This is what happens when you bring 10 fingers to a 7-finger fight. Now you know 7 ways to end a fight in seconds. Here's what makes them actually work. The underlying principle is anatomical targeting. You're not fighting muscles. You're attacking the nervous system, skeletal structure, and evolutionary vulnerabilities. These techniques don't require years of training. They require commitment. They're forbidden because they're too effective. Permanent damage isn't a risk. It's the feature. Legal reality. If you use these, you will be investigated. Use them only when you genuinely believe you might die. The psychological barrier is real. Most people can't commit to this level of harm. Your attacker knows that. They're betting you'll hesitate. That hesitation will kill you. Back to the parking garage. You're standing. They're not. One is holding his face. The other is trying to breathe. The question was never, can you fight? It was, can you survive? You walk to your car. Your hands are shaking. There's blood on your jacket. Not yours. You'll replay this for weeks. You'll wonder if you went too far. Then you'll remember something important. They chose violence. You chose survival. And when someone makes that choice for you, there's no such thing as too far. There's only walking away or not walking away. And next time, don't hesitate. The eye socket doesn't care about your feelings.